Okay, Nolus. Part 2. 6139, 6005, 1976. Doggy, what a watch. This is totally original. Absolutely unfaded chapter ring. Dial is really nice. You've got some of the patinaing right around here, right around this dip, basically where the dial surface drops down and over. This thin section here, the clear coat pulls away, exposing enough of the metal undercoat that it can patina. That's why you see this. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing needs to be done about it. It is what it is. Look at the perfect white. Whew, man. Somebody laid this thing down. You can see that. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much about that. That's where it is. This casework isn't really my thing, but I'll look at that and see what can happen. Case has been polished a little bit, not a ton. You can see it on the rounded edges. Beautiful case back. Some of your middle links are a little stretched open. That's not a big deal. Your cannon pinner feels okay. It's got the correct language day wheel. Look at that. Yeah, everything resets as it ought to. Well, you know, there's nothing to it but to do it. You know what that means. That means, let us begin. It's time to begin. Hey, that didn't work out. Let's try that again. Somebody at quality control at Bergeon didn't do their job on that finger cut. One got past them. I wonder if there really are people who sit and still stand at the end of the production line in factories wearing white coats with a clipboard marking off things as they come off conveyor belts. If that doesn't still happen anymore, then I think someone ought to make a point of getting that back in place. Look at that. And a beautiful Type 2 crystal. Bracelet's been polished. Again, not a ton. It's not super dirty. I'll clean it anyway. All this stuff will get cleaned. Yeah, so it was already polished before. You can see the original like hatchy brushing was under there. Then it got polished and then someone laid it down. Or did they polish it after that? You know what? It looks like they polished it after that. So they must have laid it down and tried to make it better by doing that. Well, didn't work. Gosh, that's a beautiful dial. You've got a few, I see. I don't know if you can really see it. The minute counter hand is a little low. It's angling downwards, and it looks like though it's free of the dial, but at a certain point it looks like it was down more, and it left some little teeny tiny shiny scrapey things right around here. Just in the circle. Well, you can almost barely notice it. Just wanted you to be aware of it. March 1986. It was a long time ago. I just have to admit it. It was just a long time ago. Jeez, it looks like something's coming in. Sorry, I'm looking at the weather. Windy as heck out. Movement looks just as clean as the dial. Yeah, you can see the lower mainspring arbor port is warped. If you look at that screw right there, I'll see if I can get some light on it. Darn it. See that the screw itself is moving? I'm trying to isolate this. Yeah, lower mainspring arbor port is worn, but you know what? They always are. Nobody should be shocked at this point about that. What the heck? There it is. What do you think you're doing? Get here. Boom, boom. Oh, good thing I'm not trying to do a wrist check today. Oh, right, because my watch is somewhere weird. The one I was wearing is somewhere weird, and I haven't located it. That's why. I don't see any scoring on the edge of the plates, so I think we've got a good... I call it the winding bridge. Technically, it's known as the oscillating framework with, I don't know, something or other and something or other. I never knew. Every time I read the term, I'm like, that's a mouthful. I don't just call it a winding bridge. Fingerprint. That's always fun. And a hair. Also fun. Hairspring looks nice and concentric. I see... Granted, it's barely moving, but I see the balance is going like this. Just a teeny tiny amount. Okay, so I'll have to look at that. It doesn't look bad to me, but I will need to look at it. Come on. Oh, of course, they always do that. Like, you think you're going to get it, and it's just fighting you, and then you finally get it out of the fixture, and then it goes kaboink. But that's okay. I know where it is, and even if I didn't, I have more of them. Gosh, it sure does look like something's coming. Movement ring's good, nice and clean. Where did I put it? Yeah, the seals look okay, but they are hardened. Look at that. They're not rubbery at all. They just crack. Look at that. It's not rubber. It's a particularly inferior kind of plastic now. Would you get out of there? Out. Smash. But, you know, that does mean those are original, because there'd be no way to get them on. Let's see if we hear that nice click. Same deal. Okay. Put those over here, and you can look at them when you get them back. It's super exciting stuff. Let's get a little bit closer in there. Okay. Okay, so let us try this again. Look at that. There's your crown, original crown. Ooh, and it has a hair on it. And lots of lube. It's one of these things, people get these watches with the old seals, and they're never going to get better. They simply won't. They grease them up anyway, in the hopes that maybe things will get better. But as we see, the seals just turn to just nothing. Come on, get out, off, get off my finger. Okay. Where did I see my watch? Put our crown back in. And let's stop the chronograph. And let's nice. Oops. Click. Just right to 0. Yep, and it's original loom too. It's all original loom. It's Seiko's hand loom on these. Original is both, in these later ones, is extremely flat and fine and semi-translucent, which is why the hand loom looks a little orange here and why there's like a white diddly there. It's because of the stuff on the bottom can shine through the loom. Extremely normal. Wait a second. Extremely normal. It seems oxymoronic, doesn't it? I think it looks oxymoronic. Okay. Or it sounds that way. Anyway, I'm going to pull the hands. There's the dial. You've got 2 tiny other little patina marks right here. And again, that's the metal underlayer oxidizing. Yeah, it's a beautiful dial. It needs a basic cleaning, but that's it. Your Seiko logo, that's interesting, is sitting off the dial a little bit. I'll look at that too when I'm close. Let us get this party started. nice. Look at the gold. It goes all the way to the edge, right to the edge. Because that edge is another transition point where you can get the black markings. That's amazing. It's a really nice dial. Dial is dated July 76. Okay. Can everybody see? I can see. That's the important part, but... remnants of some dried up lubrication on that pallet fork jewel. Some of it must have migrated over because those are not supposed to be lubricated. That face looks okay. That face looks okay. I mean, it looks okay. I haven't tested it, but it looks okay. Yeah. The barrel is flopping around a lot, but again, that's... I don't think there's any real surprises so far. Okay, screwdriver, do not need you. Go away. I need this one. Let us go. It's still running out some power. Look at that. It's still ticking. Well, not ticking, but it's spinning down. That's a good sign. Believe it or not, that's a good sign. Yeah, let's get out of here. Out. There. What? Oh. Now. Darn it. Looks pretty clean. Dried up lubricant everywhere. Need to hand clean that. Intermediate minute counter wheel. Minute counter wheel itself. Operating lever spring. Oh, come on. That's weird. Look at that. A bunch of grease on here. I mean, I know they talk about lubricating a little, but that seems like a lot. But that's me. And look, there's some here too, right here. Because this is the lever that pushes down the hammer, which is right here. That's the hammer. Here's the hammer that went kaspoink. Wow, look at that. Look at all the lube on there. Okay, I'll have to hand clean that. Yep, okay. Onward and upward. Wow, look at that. Totally clean. No oil work. Oh, no of that. None of the S2 worked its way out of the mainspring. That's wacky. Look at all the extra oil around. Huh. Come on. There's your pillar wheel with its bushing. Boop. Coupling lever? Operating lever? I don't know. I can never remember any of this stuff. Looks okay. More oil everywhere. Wow, look at that. Sheesh. Okay. Everybody gets some hand cleaning. Look at that. There's only a little bit of that mainspring grease on there. Huh. More, too much oil, dried oil. Look at that. You got liquid oil here, but on the jewels and bushing, nothing. It's all dried up. Oh, stop that. Nice and flat. This is your chronograph wheel. This is the heart of the watch. If this thing goes down, oh boy, we got us a problem. But it looks good. And we know that it holds, but I will check it again after we're done. Well, the faces are sharp. Okay. There is that. So this one does not have, like I said, a ton of miles. As a result of it not having a ton of miles, I would probably well, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Over there. Would you stop that? Yeah, look at that. Hazy old oil under there. More hand cleaning. Yeah, it's all blown out. You can see it's ovaled out this side. There's a little bit of liquid lubrication on the bottom of the escape. That's dirty for the pallet. And that's old grease there. Okay. Where is that? Now we're doing the front. For those of you playing the home game, when I take one of these watches apart, I go and get the movement ring, because that is a great supplementary piece to hold the main plate so it goes where it wants to, goes where I want it to go, and it stays there. Okay, those all need hand cleaning. Let's go here. There, that is. There is your C-clip for your day wheel. Nice. Oh, it's pretty. Yep. No lubrication at all into the capsule. Alrighty. Time to get serious. Yeah. Come on. Aha, got it. Ha. Yes. Stop it. I've got to get a new blade for this screwdriver. And just keep putting it off. Okay, there's all that stuff. That's a step screw. Both your posts on the bottom there are intact. That's good. Aha. More excessive lubrication. That is your date correction lever. Right there. That's the clicky clocky. Yeah, nice. Nice and clean. Minute wheel bridge. Hour wheel. Oh, right. No. Before I do that, yes. Intermediate. There that is. Look at how shiny that is. Okay, I want to just test the cannon pinion now that everything is out of the way. Yeah. Oh. It's not bad. Little more resistance would be nice, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's fine. Whoops, darn it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Boink. Ugh, typical. Yep. They used the S4 on that as they did, sometimes less, sometimes more. Okay. Let's do those keyless works. Very elegant, simple system for the keyless works. So superior. You compare this to, it's one of the few things like about ETA movements that drive me nuts is their keyless works are so weird and complex and easily jacked with. Like if you push the stem release lever down even slightly too hard and not using the right width jeweler's screwdriver, the entire keyless works comes out of alignment. Everything comes out of place. And the only way to cure it is you've got to take dial, hands, everything off. You got to strip this all the way down and then put it back. It literally takes a fraction of a second to get everything out of place, and it takes real work to get it back in. And that is certainly not true here. Very robust design, and part of that robustness is because it's so simple. How'd they manage that? Okay, your stem. Your stem is a little bent. I don't know that I want to go too nuts with trying to correct that, because these stems are not ductile, and they tend to shatter if you try to bend them. That's by design. I can tell you all about it, but it's just trust me, it was meant to do that. Okay. Wow. Let's look at that mainspring arbor port just for fun. Woohoo! Look at that stuff fly. Oi, 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 oi. Yeah, you can see how ovaled out it is. Come on. Let's get out of there. And clean that out. So the hole we're looking at is right there. That is your lower mainspring arbor port. Yep. You wouldn't think that, a few thousandths of a wear would make it all that floppy, but it does. It does. I mean, it's part of it's the barrel too, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, come on. Oh boy, that's a nicely closed barrel. Wow, yeah, that's great. Yeah, nice and grippy. Good. That means the barrel has not been taken apart 100,000 times. Really tight. Yep. Original. Yep, not too much S2, and doesn't look. It's got some brassing, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Or not supposed. That's the way it is, and it's fine. Sometimes I wonder if people are like, "Why does he talk all the time?" I'm like, why not? Either that, or you're just, okay, put on some easy listening music. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the thing that life is showing you? Ugh, what a terrible song. Ugh, schlocky crap. Sorry if you love that song. I don't. Okay, that's hand cleaning. I need to clean all this stuff up. Lower mainspring arbor port repair, upper mainspring arbor bushing, hand clean all this stuff clean. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run everything through the cleaner, get it all situated after doing this, and I'm going to come back when we are getting ready to throw the barrel on. I mean, throw the balance on, unless there's something weird. Let me get it clean. Out of the cleaner, haven't started anything yet, so you can see there's your new lower mainspring arbor jewel. Certainly a lot cleaner than we were, and that's always a good thing. Okay, well, let's get going. Okay, it is quite late at night. At least I didn't miss dinner, but it's been a long evening. Not for any particular reason, it just was. Let's see. We're at that special time of a watch's life when it starts to go, gets to start running again. So it's all back together. We got our clicking is happening. Click. See? Click. We got our reset is clean. My alignments are correct on the chrono stuff. It's all good. I'm fairly confident in the outcome. So I say, let's think about stepping forward. If you want to see this, it's always fun. Oh, would you not? You can see the gear train running. The alignment is correct. Okay, so now, time for this. Come on. Gosh darn this thing. I mean, finger cuts are useful, but man, they get all kinds of weird ripples. Okay, come on. Come on. There we go. Mm-hmm. Okay. A little bit of 9415. I put it on the entrance and exit stones. Just a little bit on the faces. Okay. Hope I'm not. Let's look now and see how we're doing. Still looks like there's something in that jewel. What the heck's going on here? Let us observe what the heck is going on here. I see it. What are you? Get off. Yeah, you gotta check the jewels. Make sure they're truly clean. Because I tell you, you get some gruck on the underneath of that particular bridge, it's gonna eat amplitude. It just eat it. Just double. Get the flick. Come on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's late, it's after dinner, everybody's doing their chores, the girls are fighting, all that stuff is happening. So you're hearing... I never thought that sisters would, if they're going to fight, but man, gosh darn it. Spencer, stop thinking about things that aren't watches. Good. Clearance is on the arms is where we want it. It's Sebastian is dressed up in all cowboy gear, like it's 1952, by choice, I might add. He says he's being John Marston. Come on, buddy. Oh, oops. What the heck is going on here? That's off, that's off, that's off. Click like so, click. Let's restart this process, shall we? What's going on there, little person? That's a mighty click there, so I could feel it. I could feel it. Not even hear it. I felt it in my left thumb. Come on. You can do it. Is thou... Wait. 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 This watch, whoever did this work, this is a balance with a hairspring and stud that is for like a 6106 or a 6119, something like that, 6105, and so that means that the roller jewel is in the wrong place. I know we're good in there. Okay, let me look at this real close. Okay, there we go. I just had to, I don't know why it was complaining, but a little bit of dance and a push, and there we go. The call, it's connected to the stat F. Come on now. Huh. Isn't that interesting? It's pretty stunning. Okay. Okay, tick it over. My alignments are... no, they're fine. One of the things you always want to check is you're doing right here. This little... these three teeth should, on this gear, should make a nice W, evenly spaced, with the middle one right in the middle there. One of the most key things. Okay, that looks decent. We are going to be watching right here. We want to see how that goes. Look at that. Nice and clean, clicks right over to the next one. Okay, good. Now I am going to demag and we'll put it on the timographer. Let's see what we got. So let's fire it up. Hang on a second. always a challenge to get this thing to the point that anybody can see it. Never mind me. Let's see, what am I going to use here? I don't got nothing to use. Okay, fine, we'll try that. Let's see what we got. Oops. Oh, height of technological sophistication. There we go. Well, I tell you this for nothing, we got a lot of beat error. Initial numbers are pretty decent, so that's good. Let's step forward. I'm gonna have to pull the watch from here and adjust it live. So I can't show you what I'm doing. I'm just not set up to do it. But I will tell you what's happening as I'm doing it. How about that? There, anywhere? Ridiculous. Come on, man. Give me something better. These poor people just want to get through their lives. That's better? Okay. It is time. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that beat error. Probably gonna see a big jump. Hang on. So I'm moving the arm with the stud in it to the left, which will shorten the effective length of the hairspring, which will make the watch run more quickly for a given value quickly. And that's it. So I know I'm going the right way. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the rate down so I have some room to play. So now I'm going to go back to adjusting the stud, which once again will effectively shorten the hairspring, which will also decrease the beat error and bring us closer to flat. What the heck is he doing?
He's wearing cowboy boots because he's John Marston.
Oh, that's right. He's wearing his cowboy boots. Okay. Okay, we are down to nothing for beat error, and I'm gonna now adjust the rate forward to get it close to flat. Go a little better. Oops, too much. A little bit down. I know it's silly at this early stage. The thing's been running for a few minutes that I want to get at the flat accuracy, but you know, I just enjoy it. It makes me feel like I have hit a goal, even though the numbers are going to change as the movement runs in. Okay, I think that is that. It is late. It is late. I want to think happy thoughts, and we will check. I should get some new domes. Ugh. And we will check back in tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. And there it is. Thank you again for your amazing patience. These really are super cool watches. I'm gonna have to start looking for one that's in the same basic condition than this. It'll be just awesome. And here's this baby. Here, out of the way. Isn't that a watch, huh? You're gonna be getting all your spare parts back, of course. I replaced your end links with original ones, new old stock ones. You're gonna get your old ones back, but they were both kind of jacked up. This one especially on this side got hit when the bike whenever however this accident happened, it hit the end link pretty well. So I wanted to replace that, and I wanted you to have a match set, so I replaced both. That is what good look. Nothing complex, nothing complicated, nothing weird, no bad parts, none of that stuff. It just needed service, and we did the lower mainspring arbor board, and the upper one is almost barely worn, and so I could have replaced the upper jewel, but I didn't feel that it was really warranted, or the upper bushing with the jewel. I didn't feel it was really warranted. It wasn't very worn, and it's the lower one that's super critical, and your upper one was fine, so I left it rather than just preemptively replacing it and adding another line item on the bill. It's a super nice watch. I polished everything in the sense that I just polished it a little. You still have this stuff on here, unless the scratches are actually pretty deep. Unless I got in there with basically I don't have the ability to do it. I would have to take the metal down below the depth of the scratches, and it would just look awful. It's a super nice piece. Days of these coming around in this condition are starting to get really rare. Doesn't happen too often. I'm waiting for this to come around at the top. This is how I reset these, by the way. I wait until that big hand right there stops, and then I stop it there. I don't like to reset the main sweep from down here or down in this, basically the lower portion of the dial. And I especially don't ever like resetting it if the minute hand is in between the sweep hand and top dead center. Because if you get a hard reset, it'll hit that hand. So I always let it come around to here, and then I reset it. And my feeling on it, in case you care, you may or may not, is that it's not so much about keeping it stopped, keeping the chronograph stopped versus keeping it running. Every time I've been able to identify the cause of a damaged hands, dead chronograph wheel, it was because of the hard reset, the transition, not the one state or the other, but the transition. So you can keep it however you like. Though it's your watch, I would just recommend being careful with the reset, and off we go. Thank you so very much. Okay, bye-bye.